Welcome to Bet TV's third coverage of the National Day of Action here with the Equal Love Committee from the VGLRL. Sit back and enjoy.
We're here today because 3 years ago, on Sunday, August the 13th, the Howard government wrote discrimination into the law and banned same-sex marriage. We're here now to say that same-sex relationships are equal in love, equal in quality, and should be equal in law.
And we are here because we are angry, and there are plenty of damn good reasons for us to be angry. It's now 3 years, 3 long years since the homophobic Howard government, with bipartisan support from the gutless ALP opposition, amended the Marriage Act to ban same-sex marriages. Shame! So are you ready to march? Let's march. Let's be heard. Let's have a chant before we line up behind the red banner, loud and proud. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Homophobia's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Homophobia's got to go.
Our crowd is big enough. The police have given us...
So you're going to get there and go and
people to do a welcome to country. The Wiradjuri people are not like the Australian government. We believe that if two people want to get together and they love their children, that's all that matters.
The VGLRL, who are we? We represent our community. We lobby, we are committed to advocacy, policy reform, law reform. We talk to all levels of government, the good, bad and ugly. And we have over 400 members, thousands of associated organisations, and we work cooperatively nationally with different lobbying groups as well. But we need your support. So everyone here who isn't a member, when you go home today, log on www.bgrl.org.au and join us. Or, and I've got to read the lobby phone out, 0417 484 438, and you get to speak to me. But I warn you, I'm already taken, so, you know.
On the 2nd of April this year, the City of Melbourne established a relationship declaration register with overwhelming support for people from across the city. For the first time, same-sex couples have a formal opportunity to declare their love publicly and proudly. That day, we sent a very strong message to Australia. In this city, we do not discriminate between loving partnerships.
It's wrong to have struggling same-sex couples and families having to pay, in effect, up to twice as much for Medicare and pharmaceuticals to reach financial safety nets designed to protect people from high medical costs. It's not only wrong, but completely cruel to punish the innocent children of same-sex couples under family, inheritance and adoption laws just because of who their parents are.
We do have to ask, why is it that countries as diverse as the United Kingdom, as Spain, as Finland, as Sweden have gone forward on this issue and they've introduced marriage or civil unions between same-sex couples, but in this country we've gone backwards? Not just in our failure to recognise this most basic human right, but to actively discriminate against Australians at this most fundamental level. Discrimination must end, full stop, no qualifications.
We ask you to visit your local Member of Parliament and ask them what they plan to do to support all rainbow families. Information to support you to do this is on our website at rainbowfamilies.org.au. You can pay just $5 and become a member of the Rainbow Families Council, either through joining here today or visit our website.
Love is the balance in all relationships, not the church, not politicians, but the bond between us as lovers.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to declare your love. It's time for the midwinter vows.
I love you with all my heart. I promise to be there for you in good times and bad. You are my best friend, and I am honoured today to be committed to you as your partner. Please say I do. Beautiful. Well, it's now my absolute pleasure in front of everyone here at Federation Square for the 3rd year running, and hopefully the last if it could be that way, to now pronounce you committed couples together. Celebrate, guys, with a kiss. Congratulations, guys.
All the best and congratulations to everyone who's made the commitment. I look forward to when the federal government changes laws and everyone can have a proper marriage. So,
let's hear it. Go hard, Gary.
Special thanks to the Equal Love team, which, this will freak everyone out, is made up of 4 people who brought you this today. 4 people. And I'm going to say their names out, and this is not on my list. So a big clap to these 4, and if they can wave, I know they're already running away, they're also modest, but John O. Wilkinson, Steve, John Kloprogge, and Dimitra. Where are you 4? I told you they'd hide. But big thanks to these four for bringing on this day. And if you want to join Equal Love, or if you want to join the lobby, come and find me or come and find someone and sign up. Thank you very much. And thank you, of course, to Luke Gallagher.
Thank you, Ali, and thank you to everyone for being a part of it today. And thank you for being a part of this wonderful day of action. Without you, we really are nothing.
Melbourne Fringe Festival 2007 is in full swing, and until October 14th, Wishing Well Productions and Gasworks Theatre present an encore season of a midsummer favourite. Inspired by the writings of Daphne du Maurier, it's an hysterical, historical, romantic comedy. Her Aching Heart. Now let's see in action and have a face-to-face catch-up with the stars of Her Aching Heart, valued Melbourne talents Madeleine Swain and Ruth Katerelos.
With this sword, so fortuitously discarded earlier today by my brother Harry.
Cross swords with me, would you, my lady? Shriek! Very well. I will fence thee into a corner, into a swoon, into a sweat, and then into a bed.
Yes, that's the cue, bed.
And back with the show, treading the boards at Gasworks are the two stars, Madeleine Swain and Ruth Katerelos.
Very well, thanks, Alan. Good, thanks.
That's good. Now, long time viewers of Bent might have a bit of a retro trip here and a bit of a blast from the past, because Madeleine herself was in fact a bit of a Bent TV alumni, weren't you?
Yes, I was, right back in the very early days.
Yes, so what are we talking here? Around 1993 or so when it started off?
I think so, yeah. It's one of the first shows. It was called In Between the Sprockets. It was a film review show.
Was that your first foray into media, the community side of things, or had you been involved prior?
Well, I was doing gay press before that, so I was working on what used to be MSO and those sort of papers. And then, yeah, it was my first bit of television, really. I did a bit of acting in television, but that was a bit different.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, and, usual... your blue healers, your all that sort of stuff, frontline, state coroner, those sort of things. But yeah, it was the first sort of presenting I'd ever done, and first reviewing on camera, so it was great training actually.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, so many people come out of community TV.
They do. Me and Rove McManus. Where's he now?
In LA and all sorts of places, I believe. And Ruth, I believe you're a bit of a rusty diamond. Is that right?
Oh, I was. It was part of the Rusty Diamonds.
Not anymore.
Yeah, they were my band. No, we played together for a little while, but then things fell apart as bands tend to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So musical training that held you in good stead for this kind of work, obviously.
Yeah. Not much musical training. I trained as an actor too, but kind of always had a foot in the door, singing, and music's another love.
Now, Ruth, you've got a few strings to your bow, haven't you? Because not only actor, musician, writer, etc., but is it true you're a psychologist?
I'm a psychologist. That's how I actually earn my money. Yes.
Oh, I see.
And the rest is kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
And that's fun too. I enjoy my work.
Yeah,
but that is my bread and butter.
So have you ever had a client come in and say, "Oh, I've seen you on stage or somewhere"?
I do know that I had a couple of clients come along to the last show, which was kind of
Have you seen them since?
I have. One of them anyway.
Professionally?
Yeah. But was fine. Kind of knew that I was in it. Another one who didn't realise I was in it, but I think she was fine too. Oh, but it is interesting for me, kind of just wearing those two hats and
for sure. Being a psychologist, does that stand you in good stead for acting and roles and empathising?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a chicken and egg, really. It's about, I'm interested in human emotions, so, and being able to kind of get in as an actor and actually experience stuff is fantastic, and they are an area of expertise, I suppose, so it helps in terms of working with other people and help them sort out theirs. Yeah. I love it.
Bound to, yeah. Oh, fantastic. Now, you guys, you've done the show before. This isn't the first outing for Her Aching Heart, is it?
No, we did it during Midsummer.
Yeah. Now, obviously did well to bring it back for Fringe.
Yeah.
We made money.
Oh, wow. Now
we did.
It never happens.
Not everybody
not often. Yeah, we made money and we got really nice reviews and all our friends still talk to us, so yeah, we thought we'd do it again. Really.
On guard.
On guard. Oh, sorry. On guard. Oh, sorry. Oh!
First blood. I will draw other blood from you yet, milady.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. There's my sword.
That you will not. Ah. Fight on. Ah.
What? Oh, how? You have slain me. So ends the line of Rothermere. So empties that fine stable of Kansas, the last standard.
Now, Ruth, you actually wrote the score, is that right? The actual music?
I wrote the music, yeah, and arranged by Ben Kiley, our MD, our musical director, yeah.
Okay, the actual show itself, it's a Melbourne written show?
It's not. It's actually a play by a woman called Bryony Lavery, who is a British playwright, who is wonderful, very talented, has got some other great plays, but this one, of course, lesbian romantic, a historic lesbian romantic comedy, kind of took our fancy.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's hers. And the songs she wrote the lyrics for the songs, but they didn't actually come with any music.
Oh, really? Is that unusual?
I don't know. It seemed unusual to me,
Yeah.
and certainly if you're doing a musical, usually you get a score alongside, but for whatever reason, they weren't that part of the rights. So because I do write music, I just thought, okay, I'll just do it.
So having a set of lyrics like that, to fit music to that, I mean, how challenging was that?
It wasn't particularly difficult for me because it's the way I write music. I write in my head anyway, so usually, I just played around with them and they just kind of started to take shape, and I just, I trust my instincts, and some people might like them and some people might hate them, I don't know, but they just kind of go with what feels right, basically, which is the way I write my other music.
And I actually saw the original production of this in London in about 91, and I can't remember the music there, so it can't have been that memorable.
It didn't make an impact, obviously.
But also the play, I didn't remember that I had seen the play until I was halfway through reading it. I thought, wait a minute, this is really familiar. Oh, and I was at college with the woman who'd done the lights, so I actually knew the production quite well. But then I remembered, oh yes, I really like this. Oh yes, we should do this one. So it was sort of.
So it was really your sort of brainchild to bring it.
No. Ruth found it and said, read this one.
We were looking for plays, basically. We were scouring what we could find, and there aren't that many around, I hate to say, and couldn't find any from local writers that
with the
worked.
women's theme.
It's just that a lot of the lesbian themed plays are terribly worthy and not very funny. Or just they're a bit. And there's that sort of American sort of sitting on a beach thinking about past
the
lives.
real solemn stuff.
Oh please,
Yeah, a bit too heavy.
And I just that's not where my sensibilities lie. I like something with a bit of. Bit of a riding crop involved.
And a bit of bondage, yeah. So, do you find that as a phenomenon, the lesbian material is a bit heavy? The gay boy stuff, there's plenty of fluffy stuff. Well, it's either fluffy stuff or the AIDS storyline.
Yeah.
Do you find that with lesbian stuff?
For a long time it was all that way. I remember in London in the 80s there was a company that came along called Hardcore, and they'd started doing sort of really camp shows about Radcliffe Hall and people like that, and they were unlike anybody else, and it was such a breath of fresh air to see somebody think, lesbians have a sense of humour, let's use that for a bit.
Totally.
But still today it's quite, most of it is still a bit that way, but you get a bit more this way.
So heavy or political or whatever, but yes, this just fitted. It's sexy, it was funny, beautifully written.
And here we've had the My Life as a Dyke girls for the last few years, and they've sort of paved the way a bit and said, look, yes, there's lots of lesbian humour out there, thank goodness.
So has the show, whether it be you guys, your chemistry, the music, whatever, has it evolved since the first time round? Any changes?
Huge amount, for one big reason.
Really?
Well, we've got a new director, which is because our first director, our first director was overseas, and so we started talking to a new director, and so that's meant a lot of changes.
Absolutely, which is fun.
And have you been happy and comfortable with all the input she's put in?
Oh shit, is she here? So it's really good because it needs it. If you're going to do something again, you need to bring something new to it, or not bother really.
No! Do not die. No. No, live. Live, you sack of mumsy. He's dead. What am I to do? I'll hide him. Here. Behind this tree. This tree. This pendula. Where is it? It's off stage. Where'd it go?
Now, how's it been coming into the show? Because you weren't the original director of
No,
this. How's it been coming in?
It's been good. It's been interesting because I did see it and really loved it and thought, what fun. I want to do that sometime. And then I worked with Ruth, which is one of the reasons I saw the show. She came and was a witch for me in Macbeth, the contemporary rock opera.
I must say.
And so when I came to it, I thought, I mean, it's so good to work on good writing, and it's so good to work with, good talented actors who say yes to you. You go, well, I think this might happen. They go, okay. Oh, good. So some people fight you.
Yeah, in terms of actors.
Yeah. I generally win.
I can imagine.
I'm the director.
Of course.
Yeah.
So
I win by charm. They will tell you this. They better had. I win by charm and logic. I'm really logical. I hate things on stage that aren't logical. It makes me really peeved. So it has to be emotionally logical to me and like physically logical. Why do you say that? Why do you say how? And we have to work out a reason that you say how instead of a different word.
You should direct in television because there's plenty of times where that logic is needed to be brought to bear. The scripts make no sense.
Get me a job.
You mustn't be able to go to a show and watch it and relax because you'd be always picking things, wouldn't you? Faults or whatever.
Yeah, I try not to. I try to go as an audience because I love going to see. I mean, I'm picky about what I see, I guess. But I try to see things where I know it's good writing, I know it's good and a good actor. Like I went to see Miriam Margolyes.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Superb. I mean, you can't go wrong with Dickens. You can't go wrong with a wonderful actor who made me cry. Mind you, I'm a bit of a mushball, but she made me cry, and she's screamingly funny.
Yeah.
And she's really intelligent, and it's wonderful writing, and it's wonderfully put together. It's a very old-fashioned piece of work, really, because it's just her on stage with chairs and a pianist. I mean, hello. But she's riveting. And it's that, if you pick good stuff.
That's all it takes, isn't it? Is good writing and a good performer.
And a good performer.
To be riveting. That's all it needs.
Yeah, and then I'm the best audience in the world.
Yeah. Do you find you have enough good local writers to work with? Do you find you're producing and directing enough local material of quality?
Well, amazingly, I mean, Macbeth, the contemporary rock opera, had its problems, but it was written by Shakespeare. So, that was okay. And this is not local. The next play is a local one, as the girls were saying, and it's fantastic. I mean, she's a really talented woman. I think there's a lot of good writers out there. If you're looking specifically for lesbian stuff, I think that's probably tougher, just because we were searching before we found her. But no, I think there's a lot of talent in Australia. I think people have got things in their bottom drawers and,
Is there always the outlet for them to get out there?
No, I don't think there is. Although Melbourne's a great place for that because people do things at Dante's and do things, in all sorts of places. Yeah.
Anyway, back to business. This
Yes.
Her Aching Heart. Now, what have you brought to it in terms of new elements or your own spin?
I've brought, I'm not saying it wasn't there before. I've brought my kind of logic and I'm really picky.
Yeah.
So my kind of real detail in language and my sense of humour, I suppose, and a new corset.
A new corset?
I'm making a new corset for Madeleine.
Oh,
because
are
I
you?
sew as well.
You do that as well?
Yeah.
You have many talents.
It's my day job. I make drapes. I probably made these drapes in here.
Oh,
I didn't
see.
actually.
You have many strings to your bow,
Yeah.
Beth Child.
Yes, I do.
Oh, what an ill-starred woman I am. Breathless, helpless, friendless. It is all the fault of that pretty peasant. All from her curse. Well, she shall know desperation, helplessness, and agonizing pain. I shall go to her cottage and kill her too.
Playing until the 14th of October at Gasworks Theatre, Albert Park, Her Aching Heart. For more info or for bookings, phone 8412 8777 and visit www.melbournefringe.com.au. www.federation.org.au.